Hello, hello, and welcome back to Sunless Sea. And it seems as though we're about to be searched by the guards, but we'll let them do their worst because we don't have anything illegal. Last time we set off on a not so well planned trip, and now we're back in London. Message from the harbor master. The lights of London welcome you home. This is only if you've been at sea for a little while. This is gonna, bring my fear down. That's nice. Right? Oh, it didn't actually. Let's see. Okay. Let us go turn some reports into the Admiralty first to get some more fuel. There we go. Oh, hang on. I should first turn in my Sphinx Stone before I fill my inventory back up by mistake. There we go. And now let's go to the Admiralty. Submit port reports. Okay. And let's also give the Admiral a movement in the Great Game. I feel like he's got to pay me good for that. 30 echoes. That's honestly not very worth it, I don't think. He has you repeat it all twice. He does take notes. It's a little beyond me, he tells you, but I have friends in places who will be interested. Very interested. Thank you. Thank you. Your fee. Let's head over to the Alarming Scholar. Extraordinary Implication. There we go. That's plenty of money. Oh. This guy's offering me a gift. I'm good. I think we're doing good enough that we don't need it, and I don't feel like getting involved with crime in this playthrough. A specialist surgeon is approaching us. Sure, we'll hire you. Nice. Doop, slot her in. Let's go spend a night out on the town. Fortune. Do I get a lover? Yeah. Likely lass or a dapper chap. Let's flip a coin. If I can find one. There it is. Heads will get the man. Tails. Alright, likely lass it is. Next morning, she gives you her pewter... She tipsily claims to be a spy. Whatever she is, she's easy to like. And when the evening ends, you're still together. The next morning, she gives you a pewter locket. As you reach for it, she grips it briefly in her fist. Don't you dare forget me, she says. Lesbian. Let's go to our lodgings. Oh, I should have stopped and read the news first. Because now I can't because I have recent news. Wait, did I click the wrong thing? Lodgings. Oh god, it costs 100? I'm not gonna bother spending the money. Yeah, I don't think I can read the newspaper because I got the news while going out to town, damn. Alright, hang on, so... Shrine to Stone. Just looking at all the things I can do. Oh, I should write an ironclad will. Should never forget to do that. Allows me to pass more stuff on. Polish artifacts into an heirloom. A whispering trophy case. Alright, what does it cost to upgrade a home? So, purchase a Z-side mansion. Oh! Yeah, that'll be expensive, huh? I don't think there's anything else I want to do in London. Because I'm happy with having just 9 crew. Nothing to turn into him, nothing to turn into him. So all that would be left is any upgrades I would want to make to my ship engine. But I can't afford an upgrade to my ship engine, so hang on, let's quickly do this to make sure. Oops. All of our accounts reset. Well, hang on, let's actually think for a moment. We want to go explore the east again, that's for sure. So, I think I'd want to hit DMX and go diagonally up and try to curve around. So let's just go ahead and fill up our hull with as much fuel as I can carry. And to do that, let's sell off some of the random loot we got off pirates. Here you go. Alright, and now with that, we're going to just fill ourselves up with fuel. Ooh, actually, hang on. I just realized, why am I spending money on it when I can do this? Yeah, exchange stuff for fuel. Hang on, let's make sure we hedge our bets. Dry dock. Yep. Okay, I can still hold plenty more. Where's the wolf stack dock? Ah, shit. Here you go, dry dock. Oh shit, I don't have enough anymore? Okay. Oh, does that mean I don't have enough? Oh, no, I can still do... Wait, so why can't I do it more? Requires 4, I have 3. Requires 3, I have 3. Let's go ahead and do this. Yeah, just to get it... You know, it's worthwhile to do. Alright, now let's start buying more fuel. Was that an excessive amount of fuel to buy? Maybe. But we want to go on a nice long sailing trip. We're going on a trip on our favorite sailing ship, sailing through the seas. Oh, hey, sheeps. We're just playing some Sunless Sea. We've been asked to visit Khan's Heart by the Admiralty, and we have a visitor on our boat who wants to go to Port Cecil, both of which exist somewhere out to the east. So we just got to go further east. We're gonna stop at the mushroom place and then buy a bunch of stuff. Oh yeah, be careful not to say too much because, you know, these go up before the episodes. Yeah, Fallout, this episode goes up a bit after the first episode is aired, but before the second one is aired. I believe is this going up the same week as the second episode airs? I'm not sure. Oh, I got a glimpse of it at D&D today with Vera. Oh, let's not do that because I know where that goes. Actually, speaking of which, let's quickly share a meal with our, with this woman. I don't really need to, but I just want to. And then I can have tea with the factor. That gives me some food. And that also fills my hull back up. Compile port report. Oh, I can actually do a little bit more. Yeah, it looks really nice. You're a good artist. Oh, shit. I thought I miscounted how much I had. Alright, let's go ahead and sell one. Let's sell 2, because I have faith that we'll get some. There we go. Alright, and let's sell one. Easy way to get small amounts of money, you know? Ah, shit. Okay, we can't do it anymore. Let us set off. Alright, so now I want to turn up and east past the Bony Reefs. Because I don't think we can get Khan's Heart until we go this far out, but we might be able to get Port Cecil up here. Sorry for mispronouncing these things, by the way. I feel like I mispronounce many of the words in this game, but whatever. Dun, 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 dun. Pirates. Pirate boat. Fuck the pirates. The blue boats are friendly, but anything like these tan boats, they're pirates. And I feel like another Alcaeus class, Corvée, I wonder if this is the pirate poet. I feel like we'll know pretty much for sure if she fires off, or if they fire off a flare. But I feel like this is the pirate poet again. And she's moving around really clever and tricky. It's the old gal again. Yeah, she's so tricky. That's definitely who it is. Could she be throwing? No, that was smart. She threw on the brakes. But now she's pinned in. Come on. Come on. Investigate the wreckage. And it's her again. A measure of professional assistance. You could just fish her out again. But she said it herself last time we crossed paths. She'd hate to have to spread the word that you've gone soft. Technically a rescue. A lifeboat? Oh dear no. Whatever would people say? The pirate poet glares at you, up at you as the life buoy hits the water. She grabs it regardless. Your message is received, and her look makes it quite clear that for this, there will be a reckoning. A half glimpse of a smirk, and she turns away, though suggests that it is a challenge she is already looking forward to. Ooh. Forged a rivalry. Yes! Enemies to lovers speedrun, enemies to lovers speedrun, enemies to lovers speedrun. Come on, detect anything, Z. Oh, don't you dare forget me. Stand at the bridge, likely Lass's locket in hand. Keep it. It's a risk for both of you. Shorebound loves grow lonely, and Z captains die young. Hell yeah. We got a lover back on land. Oh, is this just more rocks? Come on. I guess the good luck of our map generation is running out. A lot of good things right near home, and a lot of crap out at Z. Alright, so I'm thinking we're gonna just start curving down and through and then try and pay a visit back to the Salt Lions. What is that, some distant? Okay, let's turn up to that. What do we got here? Man, we might actually get to the point where food is the thing we're running out of, huh? Oh, Depot A. Okay. Let's go ahead and get here just so we can pick up the one port report, and I don't really care to visit the other locations that are always spawned near here. Port report. Nice. Yeah, it's gonna be good art, I'm sure. Oh shit, I never put my Billigan back in. I've already seen the outlines that you sent and it looked really nice. Nice, success. An abandoned log, a few pages torn from a logbook record of a long passage of doggerel that makes no sense at all. The verses go on and on about purple fires and upside down houses, a fistful of roses and the color of brandy, the dolls with buttons for teeth. The pages just end as they are reaching the nonsense refrain. Cool. Let's go ahead and do the try the gate, but I know, yeah, it's not going to get us anywhere. And no shops, right? Yeah. Alright, let's start cutting diagonal down this way. We sail the sea, the sun, the sun, the sun, the sea. There's a pirate to fuck up. Oh my god, is it her again, my love? It's gonna be her again, isn't it? Yep, it's fucking... How many times? God, this is the most I've ever run into her with one captain. This is ridiculous. Like, barely a few days pass and we're already fighting again. I'm glad we repaired our hull while we were back home. Come on. There we go, all clear. You steer close, shining a lamp on the debris. Captain, come look quick. Rescue the pirate pro, have an officer. Of course I'm gonna rescue her myself. Ooh, I think she paid a lot more. Once again, the familiar dance. Words are no longer needed. The pirate poet bows her head, acknowledges your victory. Next time, though, a slight smile adds, do not expect it to go easy on you. This felt like the easiest fight yet, honestly. Ooh, a page from a journal. On the day we saw the pillars of Irim, they are not what I expected. Irim is the place that one does not expect. That is its nature. You have seen it in your dreams. Yes, you, who found this page long after my death. I knew when I wrote these words that you would read them one day. Irim taught me this, and now Irim's lessons are all that remain of me. That's cool. I love the Lovecrafty nature of this game. Southeast. What are we seeing? We're heading straight for it, whatever it is. Fighting pirates actually does a lot to keep you going at sea sometimes if you can get them down fast enough. Nuncio. Ooh, this is a new island for us, I think. I don't think we've visited Nuncio. What is that boat? That's a friendly boat. Oh, that's weird. I wonder why they were just chilling there. Crawling leisurely. St. Emil's dancing. Nuncio. Do not return, sender. Nuncio. Taciturn functionaries walk the docks in uniforms of postmen. An enormous crowned statue casts a chilling shadow. The shadows gleam with rats' eyes. Their ceaseless chittering rolls like the tide. Go to the postman's tavern. The Inky Bottler, it's called. The sign doesn't look like much. Explore along the beach. Assemble a port report. Let's go straight to the tavern right now. The Inky Blotter, it's called. The signs don't look like much. So yeah, it looks like there's only a few buildings scattered around here. And a massive statue. Warmer inside than it looks. Faces turn in your direction. But no one seems surprised to have new arrivals on the island. Lit by two roaring fires, one at either end of the room, the bartender is in postman's uniform. Like almost all of the patrons. Nonsense postal instructor called Blunt Thomas delivers the drinks. Clears tables, stacks the firewood. God, stumbling on my words. Ooh, she could remove the call from a postal worker. There wouldn't be a worker anymore, of course. I'm sorry, what? Why would I... Why would I do that to her? Do that? What? Listen in on postal tall tales. What does this require? Unlocked with Nuncio. Cultivating friendships with the postman is no more than 3. Ask why the local currency consists of rats. Ask about the big statue at the center of the island. Ask how they all occupy themselves all day. There must be more than this. Let's listen in at first. Fishermen brag about fish that got away. Postmen brag about the hard deliveries. Amazing what you get for a penny stamp. Delicate bottles lowered down chimneys on a rope. Do not fold under any circumstance letters curled through the narrow slot. Rattling, groaning crates brought back to the same address every day for 22 days running. The windows they pried open. The servants they bribed. The delivery surcharges they paid out of their own salaries just to get rid of one more package. It's hard to tell which they hate more, the senders of mail or the recipients. Stands to reason if the message was a welcome one, they'd tell the other fellow in person. Reflects the hairless postwoman. Apparently she's got a deep voice too. Okay, I immediately like these people. Let's ask the hairless woman, or the hairless postwoman, or, oh wait, no, I don't want to ask why she's hairless. Let's ask about the big statue in the center of the island. If there is any guidebook for visitors, it would have to be the first entry. The monumental postman. Oh, that. It's all of us, isn't it? Sort of the spirit of the island. Most of them don't seem troubled for more than an explanation, for more of an explanation than that. Though the hairless postwoman tells you it didn't always look like a fallen London postman at all. That it used to have a different face and more old-fashioned outfit. Huh. Why does the local currency consist of rats? 2 strings of rats for a pint of ale, 3 strings for wine, 5 for a tolerable brandy under the bar. Secretary is not, or scarcity is not an issue. The hairless postwoman is at the end of the bar and smiles mirthlessly, or maybe it's just a lack of eyebrows that does it. Long enough carrying the things around, he gets into the habit, she says. Or no, long enough carrying, that's the voice I gave her. Long enough carrying the thing around, you get into the habit, she says. Then she tells you that if you stay out late enough, you'll see some of the postmen making a procession to the center of the island, stringing up rats around the statue like Yuletide decorations in prayer to the ancient deity of this place. From the coughing and choking elsewhere in the pub, you guess that it's a story they often tell to newcomers. So why are you hairless? Legacy of some interestingly explosive package, maybe? Fox Pass. No, she says, curt. Not pleased you asked. Still had eyebrows when I came to Nuncio. The postman at the next bench diverts you. Speaks in a low voice. Lots of people find habits when they can't deliver the post anymore. This one has a plucking habit. Best learn not to notice. Faux pas. That says faux pas. Sorry, it's not my fault that French is the most stupidly written out language. That says faux pas. This is like, it hasn't aired yet, but there's a Tears of the Kingdom episode where I misread the word Taurus as Taurus, and it confuses me. I can read. Yes, I realize. A faux pas, you're right. Or, oh, I was thinking it was faux pas, plural. faux pas. You glance up. The hairless postman is still glaring at you. Okay. Oh shit, that lost me one. Ask how they all occupy themselves all day. There must be more than this. D-lettering office. Big building, center of town. Hard to miss. You can work there too if you want. It's not clear whether this is a generous offer or a threat. Alright, let's, head back out. Let's go explore the beach. There's a long stretch of shale dotted with washed-up kegs and barrels and smaller flotsam. Shifty going, the rocks slip and slither underfoot, but you keep your balance. Every lap of waves drags up some new letter or parcel. Mail just washes ashore here. That's cool. The face of the water is dotted with them, as far as you can see in this blackness, carried by powerful currents. Collect materials for the dead letter office, argue with the man holding the broom. He's determined. He keeps shoving the letters into sea. The sea keeps shoving them back. Assist the man holding the broom. Rescue a squashed partial. Accepting no further, says the red scrawl across the wrapping. Let's hold off on that. Let's get a port report. A simple port report. Most of the inhabitants were Londoners once, but that doesn't mean they are now. Uniform behavior. Cataloging all the peculiarities of this place takes many pages. The tailor, who imports gilt buttons and braids just to be able to keep everyone's uniforms in condition. The fashion of wearing a post bag with nothing inside, wearing it open, wearing it upside down, torn apart, or as a hat, wearing it in any way that will show it doesn't have letters in it. Then there are the sitting rooms, papered with cancelled stamps, the bergamot's pomegranate curd on toast, the commerce in rat corpses, the hatred of cats, the absolute cutsum against every issue, paper invites for you, invitation for any events, no matter how formal. It's the familiarity, the not quite Londonness that the place makes it all so odd. Alright. Oh. Let's explore the beach again. Let's rescue the parcel. A funny smell and a little wonder. The strings of rats within may have once been fresh and, to a certain taste, delectable. It's now rather worse for decay. Giving the parcel's content a hasty burial is the best you can hope to do. Just before you dispose of it, though, note the recipient's name and address. The name of some power worth remembering. Let's help him. Both you together still won't achieve anything, but maybe he'll feel better. Surprisingly soothing. In the long term, what you are doing won't make a slightest bit of difference. Every sodden bit of paper you fling out to sea will come back in a few hours. But for now, you managed to clear a little patch of shore. A few feet on each side. The stones are bare, as they should be. Your companion turns his head towards the sound of you working and gives you a little nod. Nice. I've lost terror. Can I do it again? Ooh. Ooh, hang on. No one to erase pages. Go to the beach. Study the odd currents here. The water that brings flotsam ashore does not follow the usual pattern. On all sides, you make a complete circle of the island. The whole shoreline is alike. All of it covered in debris, all of it washing steadily inland from every direction. Not the work of some directional current. It's more as though the whole Untersee were draining into Nuncio. Except, of course, that force did not affect your ship. When you came this way, it does not, Except, of course, that forest did not affect your ship when you came this way. It does not stop your ship leaving. Evidently, it only works on the post. So, like, if I put a stamp on my boat, will it affect it? You have one secret unlocked. Let's collect some dead letters. Will of its own. You make your way along the shore with a big sack. Many of the envelopes are too damp to read, their address permanently lost, but a surprising number are still legible. There are also parcels. Here and there is a crate, a message in a wine bottle, a sealed cask that bobbed up from out of a shipwreck. You sack ought to get heavy with all these contents, but it pulls upward and away, straining inland towards the dead letter office like an unmanageable dog. Bro, this place is fucking crazy. Mail is just magically drawn to the place. Is there anything else in the tavern? Show a sack of undelivered post. Throw your undelivered post into the fire. Might contribute to fuel supply, eh? Ask why the postman came here. You don't get the impression they're making a holiday of it. All unhappy postmen are alike. Their stories have different beginnings. Boredom, frustration, a fellow who is overwhelmed by guilt after a misdelivery. But they always end up the same way. Undeliverable letters and parcels accumulate over months and years. Attempts to ignore the undeliverable to shove it into a desk or carry it to the bottom of a bag. An increasing preoccupation with these items. Finally, a decision to meet the compulsion, to go to Nuncio, and be rid at last of the remnants. Postmen do not bring the dead letters to Nuncio. The letters bring the postmen. Huh. Ask to borrow a uniform. If you're to fit in here, you'll need one. Look, but not touch. They're polite, even apologetic about your request. You're welcome here, and welcome to take shifts at the dead letter office. But you cannot wear their uniform unless you are a poster employee back in Fallen London. Regulations. Blunt Thomas lets you have a look at his uniform jacket at least. Neat stitching, guided buttons, a thin but defiant circle of braid at the collar. Inside, a patch that goes over the heart, stitched with 6 red letters. You can't read it, but it makes your eyes itch and your scalp feel like burning. Let's show off the letter. It's full of conversation-starting bits, like this parcel with bloodstains. Oh, I lost reputation. Take it away! Everyone flinches when you open the sack. The bartender speaks to everyone. What's wrong with you bringing that stuff here? Take it around the dead letter office. Wonder you can even carry it with the pull. Okay, I'll burn it. Smoke. It gives off a lot of smoke, thanks to how waterlogged it is. But the fire is hot and does catch. Several of the postmen turn around to look at you, and one of them is about to ask something, before a question forms. Blunt Thomas storms in, waving his arms and shouting at you. Stop, stop, stop! You're swamping the reassembly room. What? An hour later, you're standing in front of the glass dome of the dead letters office back room. It's pure air, and under the dome, the letters are reassembling themselves, burning in reverse until they are whole again. You think we didn't try that? Says the postman on shift, staring gloomily at the pile. It always turns up again. Whatever you do, don't ever bomb the post. Huh. That's so interesting. This place is so weird. Let's go to the dead letters office. Extensive tour. Blunt Thomas takes you around the office. A small collection... hang on. There's a sign of a cancellation stamp over the door. A small collection room where those retrieving letters may state their business. A much larger set of back offices where newly arrived letters and parcels are collected and sorted. A dank, briny smell that never goes away, presumably because so many of the parcels spent time in the water before they arrived here. In the back room is a machine ratted by Postal Rat. A Ratus Faber in a pinstriped hat. It shoves sludge damp letters into a machine hopper, and they come out dried, cleaned, pressed, and sorted into slots by size and quality of paper. Huh. Oh, look, he's such a sweet boy. One has shift work in the dead letter office. So one has various possible occupations here. None could be described as fast pace. So I can't do that. Make a study of what goes on in the back room. Converse with the postal rat. Ask the postal rat for a key to the basement. End your shift. How did he get into this line of work? Cultish. The postal rat has a pair of spectacles on. And is relettering the front of a water-damaged envelope, working over the original letters with tiny brush and ink pots. The repairs are likely to take most of the afternoon. I like to think of myself as being in the resurrection business, he says, stopping to look at you seriously for a minute. Where circumstances permit, taking the dead letters and making them alive again doesn't often work. But when it does, a miracle. So letters that are so damaged and parcels that are so damaged that they can't make it to their destination come here. Strange. Converse with him. Perhaps he'll have some insight on the inhabitants of this island. On the islanders. Do you like having sticky hands? Asks the postal rat. Most people, they have sticky hands. They can't wait to clean them, yes? For postman, an undelivered parcel is sticky hands. Bothers you till it's fixed. The longer you serve in the post office, the worse it feels. Delivering a letter correctly is good, so not delivering it is bad. The unclean feeling gets so strong, they come here. I'm now accepted by locals, that's nice. Why doesn't it make a machine like this one back in London? Might lead to fewer dead letters in the first place. Regulations. Oh, no. That wouldn't be permitted at all. There are strict rules about the initial handling and sorting of post. An experimental machine might mangle letters. It's only the dead material that is unimportant enough to be entrusted to the Ratus Faber. His voice isn't bitter, but he twists a coil so hard it springs sideways out of the machine and pings off your shoe. Trusted now, nice. I can now ask for a key to the basement. There are doors in the dead letter office that you've never seen opened. Surely you can be trusted. No trouble at all. He's surprised by the request. Most postmen don't like it down there. No one ever asks for a key, but he'll cut you a new one. Just be careful in there, and come out if you start to feel wrong. Oh, worker in the dead letters. I'm now authorized for backroom access. Let's go in. Deeper and deeper. You had expected a few shelves of supplies, more files of letters, a few years older. Or the key is warm in your pocket. No, it's a pit, so deep that lantern light does not show the bottom. The spiral walkway descends along its wall. The spiral opens wider as it goes, as if you were looking through the narrow end of a large shell. Lining the walls are shelves and nooks, unevenly sized. Some are a few inches square and contain single scroll of papyrus. Others support crates bigger than coffins. They're made of woody fungus, grown to meet the requirements. There are no marks of carpentry or any postal rat's handiwork. 3 turns down the spiral, and you feel you can't breathe. Time to leave. You can come back later. Maybe. I'm now a basement custodian, an explorer of the lower basement, and I'm nervous. Tell him about your basement findings. Gives you something new to chat about. Ooh, sorry. Just fixing something. troubled but not surprised. They say that's been there since before we came. Before there were Londoners underneath. Before the dead letter office, there was someone else. They built the last layer on top of what was there before, and so on. When you press him further, or when you press when you press him a little further, he says, "I've been down there. Don't like it much, but I wanted to test my machine. Thought if I could handle some very old dead letters, that would be a good sign, you know? Evidence the machine was in working order. Good strong sorting categories and so forth." He pauses. "There's letters down there that set your hair on fire, if you so much as look at them. See the bald patch on my left leg? That wasn't a machine accident. Oh no. That singed right off as soon as I put my nose into one of them letters. Ooh, 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 ooh. I could descend in with flames if I had a flare, 5 foxfire candles. Ooh. I can't raise my mirrors anymore. Let's give it one go. Send to the basement with mirrors. Arrange contraptions. Divert light. Illuminate what has been dark a long time. Did I pass? I succeeded! Holy shit. Spiral on glittering spiral. The descent is long and slow. You count the turns at first, but the time comes when you can't see the square of light from the door above and can't mark how far you've come around the spiral. The illumination you have contrived gets dimmer the further you go, until you come at last to a floor whose base you can barely see. The floor is carpeted with, at first you think it is gravel, but no, it's broken shards of clay and stone, all scribbled over with words too old to read. At the center of this space is a needle of deep black rock, glossy as resin, glittering with ice, and inscribed with 3 arcane sigils that hurt to look at. You feel a meaning in their presence, a prohibition, or a condemnation, or commandment, sorry. That all things must come to their destined place. That what cannot be delivered immediately must be saved against future date. That a message that goes unheard is a tragedy. That the sigil must be carried, no matter how far, no matter through what darkness, no matter whether the sender still lives, nor whether the recipient can even read the language of writing. The inscription resolves itself and is known to you. No word lost. A searing enigma. Mysterious fire, truth burns. Visitor of the center stone. Oh. Climbing out. The climb out is slow and takes a long time. Could you possibly have come down this far? Surely not. Your breath grows ragged and your legs cramp. Ascend. There's no way but up. At the surface, the dead letter office is still there. Its machines still working. Its baskets still filling with missed inventions and misplaced wills. It shouldn't have been blasted away, destroyed by the force that lies beneath. Let's tell him what I saw below. Maybe he will be curious. Without name. You started to explain, but your language doesn't have the words to express it. The weight of the delivery commandment, the sacred necessity for every word to reach its destination, the countless individual miscarriages of meaning from one entity to another, which have occurred throughout the history and are still occurring, to the determinant of the whole universe. He holds a paw. Not going to understand it no matter how much you explain, he says. And I'm glad, as if I did understand, I'd be likely to run mad, working and as I do. After a moment, he adds, likely forget. At least, forget some of it. After all, you never wore the uniform. He points out where your hair is singed and at the temples, and gives you an ornament to keep it and keeps it. Gives you an ointment he keeps in a drawer. This is crazy. Now let's go back to the beach. Watch the tide come in. Even water obeys the fiery words. The pull. There's new day to wash post. There's a new day to there's a new day's wash of post. Some of it recently mailed, and some of it has been in the water a very long time. If it cannot be delivered, then at least it can be categorized and archived against to the day when the recipient arrives, even if it seems that no recipient will ever come. Because one can never be quite certain. The tide carries in a fish larger than you. Straddling ashore, it opens its jaw and coughs out a parcel of brown paper. One pair of bespoke gentleman's avid gloves, special delivery, teeth freshly sharpened, compliments of the tailor. God, I can use words. The next wave pulls the fish back out to sea, at peace with the post, an outlandish artifact. Let's collect some dead letters. Let's do some work at the letter office. Feed your undelivered letters to the sorting machine. The gleaming hopper awaits. 52 categories. After prolonged roaring, the machine begins to distribute 7 investigations edged with guilt into the correspondence of the aristocracy slot. 2 oversized parcels, probably containing books, into the books tray. 1 stamped bronze tablet that drops with a clang into a bin marked First City. The postal rat watches all this with an air of satisfaction. Nuncio worker in dead letter hasn't changed because it's higher than 2. Cultivating friendship with the postman hasn't changed because it's higher than 3. Okay, so this is just an easy way to make friends with them. Trade war stories about your shift work. You know how to fit in. Common ground. The parcels you've weighed and entered into the logbooks. The things that oozed out of them. The postmen are delighted by your incredulity and shock. A civilian, finally understanding the full horror of the post. They have stories even worse than those. Let me tell you. Hang on a moment. Postmaster Scritch. We've all heard your rubbery lumps story already. It's nothing to the tomb colony pickles. Pickled what? Is what I want to know. What about the soothed copper crate with it, and how we had to scrap the bits off the masonry? And do you remember? The night runs late. Hang on. Remove the call from them. Is that a brain surgery that makes them no longer care about the post office? The hairless postwoman won't hear of it. But you do get one talker. I miss London, he says. I'm tired. The inside of my mouth tastes like stamp glue. Blunt Thomas gives you a bottle of rum and the use of the basement. No amenities. But I don't fancy cleaning the blood off the better floor. The patient takes off his uniform for the last time and lies on the cold floor. No spectator, says the clattery air, harshly, and puts you out of the room. She comes out later with scraps of skin from the patient's chest. The patient follows, whistling a tune of from Mahogany Hall. A Caldery souvenir. Colliery treatments. A souvenir of one of the colliery's amputations. Clattery treatment. Clattery. Nuncio. You you allowed the clattery air to make a postman no longer a postman. Does she want to do it again? No, only once. Huh. Interesting. What do I do with all the info I've gathered here, though? I feel like I'm missing something. Perhaps this was just the first step in what will soon be a great adventure in this land. Sometimes you gotta leave and come back to really see what's happening on an island. And on the topic of leaving and coming back, I think we're gonna end this episode of Sunless Sea there. Ooh, why is it showing? There we go, now it faded out good. That was a fascinating island. Nuncio is interesting. That's like, I think, the most Lovecraftian island we've seen yet. That's saying something. And it was about the fucking mail. But I think that's what made it so great. It took something so utterly mundane and made it so bizarrely fascinating. This obsession with lost mail, this magnetic pull that it has. And look, you can see the spiral lower down of the hill. The spirally path that leads below is carved out there. I must have made it directly below the statue. It's the only thing I can think of. That's where the marker was. I wonder if the island grows with time. Like the Great Trash Island in the sea. Well, I think we have to end this episode of Sunless Sea there, though. I look forward to doing more next week. That was very interesting. So yeah, be sure to come back next Sunless Sunday for more. I hope you've all enjoyed this episode. And ta-ta for now.